If the PSC officers inspect a ship and then they found deficiencies on board, then they must decide on the appropriate action to be taken. And then they also must be satisfied that they will be rectified, and then they can also decide if it's a ground for detention or not. Okay, so if you take a look at these pictures here, these are as an example of deficiency. Deficiency in bahasa Indonesia is ketidaksesuaian ya. Jadi kalau yang tidak sesuai dengan peraturan. For example, take a look at this letter here. Do you think it's appropriate? Of course not, right? It's very corroded leather. Ini ada tangga yang sangat udah kayak mau hancur gitu ya, udah korosian. Ya, nggak mungkin aman untuk para kru menggunakan tangga tersebut. And then on the right side, the upper side of the slide, you can see along the gangway or along the aisle, there are 2 drums. Nah, ini tidak boleh. It is not allowed because it will create an obstruction for people during emergency. Ya, jadi bisa menghalangi orang saat mereka itu lewat-lewat ya di situ saat ada emergency. Padahal itu adalah sebuah gang. Bukan hanya drums, ada bahkan kayak ada bagian dari mesin di belakangnya itu ya. Oke. So, the courses of action or beberapa hal yang bisa dilakukan ya oleh si PSCO ini ada macam-macam ya. So, let's take a look at this on the right side here, the courses of action ya. And the courses of action of PSC officer may impose on a ship with deficiencies are, the first one, deficiencies can be rectified within 14 days for minor infractions. Nah, jadi apa sih yang dilakukan oleh PSC saat dia menemukan adanya defisiensi? Ya, hal pertama yang dilakukan adalah menentukan bahwa ketidaksesuaian tadi bisa dibetulkan ya dalam 14 hari. Ya, ini kalau misalnya yang ditemukan adalah minor deficiency. Jadi dia bilang ke kapal bahwa dalam 14 hari defisiensi ini harus segera dibetulkan. And then under specific conditions, deficiencies can be rectified when the ship arrives at the next port. Nah, untuk beberapa kondisi yang lain, defisiensi tersebut bisa diperbaiki saat kapal tersebut sampai di port selanjutnya. Jadi bisa dilakukan setelah dia di port selanjutnya. Nah, ini biasanya yang menyebabkan adanya inspeksi dari PSC di port selanjutnya itu. Misalnya di negara yang berbeda. And then another action, deficiencies must be rectified before the ship can depart the port. Jadi kalau yang di sini ini beda lagi. Ini kalau misalnya defisiensinya itu harus diperbaiki sebelum kapal meninggalkan port. Ya, jadi harus sudah selesai sebelum dia bisa meninggalkan pelabuhan tersebut. Or to be rectified at agreed repair port, atau dibetulkan pada port yang mana ditentukan oleh CPSC untuk melakukan repair. Or the final action, which is for the maximum or the major deficiencies, is to detain, to make a detention of the ship. Nah, jadi kapalnya ditahan ya, detain. Ini kalau yang biasanya yang major deficiencies ya, so detention will occur. Jadi kalau di detain kapalnya tidak boleh beroperasi, tidak boleh loading unloading, tidak boleh meninggalkan port ya, sebelum dia itu benar-benar menyelesaikan major defisiensinya tadi. Ships that are detained when the condition of the ship or its crew does not correspond with the convention, so uh, they will be detained. Yeah? So such strong action is to ensure that the ship cannot sail until it can proceed to sea without presenting a danger to the ship or the persons on board, or without presenting an unreasonable threat or harm to the marine environment. Nah, jadi intinya dia baru boleh diangkat, tidak didetain lagi kalau sudah tidak membahayakan kapal itu sendiri, krunya, dan juga lingkungan. And there are several consequences of detention from PSC procedure. The first one is the off-hire. So as we know, yeah, from charter party week, I think, the off-hire might happen because of the detention of the PSC. Off-hire means any time period under the charters for which the charterer does not pay charter hire. So, no higher money to be paid in respect of any time loss. Jadi kalau misalnya karena adanya detention dari kapal, kapalnya ditahan, maka akan terjadi yang namanya off hire. Ya, dimana di sini period off hire ini berarti kapal tidak bisa beroperasi. So, charterer jadinya tidak mau membayar hire ke ship owner ya, karena ini terhitung off hire, sehingga untuk waktu yang terbuang tersebut itu tidak dibayarkan oleh charterer ke ship owner. And then also NOR ya, notice of readiness and the late time. It is also being affected by the detention of PSC. As we know, NOR is a document used by master to notify that his ship is ready in every respect to load and or unload the goods. So, if NOR is tendered by the master and then at the same time the ship was also being inspected and then it was detained by the port authorities, so the NOR will be invalid. Okay, jadi NOR-nya jadi nggak berlaku. Therefore, it will also impact the late time. Late time-nya jadi tidak istilahnya jadi tidak berlaku juga, ya. So that's why it will also affect for the charterer, also for the ship owner, ya, detention-nya. Dan pastinya dua-duanya akan jadi rugi, ya. And then sale and purchase and insurance. So for those vessels who were already in detention, it means that these are substandard ships, right? So for the sale, selling the vessel, it will be also affect the price, because it will be very cheap because it was detained, so it is substandard and so on. And also for the insurance, if a vessel is sent to sea in an unseaworthy state, the insurer or the insurance company is not liable for any loss. Yeah, that is related to this unseaworthiness. Ya, jadi selain dengan kalau misalnya dia dijual lagi, nanti si kapalnya itu dia pasti harganya menjadi sangat turun ya. Dan untuk asuransi sendiri, biasanya insurance company tidak akan membayar kerugian apabila kapal tersebut mengalami loss ya, damage, karena memang kapalnya itu tidak memiliki kondisi yang layak berlayar ya, yang seaworthy. Nah, karena dia di-detain ya pastinya saat ada hal yang terjadi di saat detention itu, nah insurance tidak akan membayar. And then also the other consequence for this PSC detention is the increasing exposure on flags with substandard ships. Jadi karena tadi saya pernah bilang di slide-slide sebelumnya bahwa ada beberapa negara yang memang di blacklist ya, karena negara tersebut sering mengalami detention karena memiliki banyak jumlah substandard ships. Nah, gara-gara hal ini bisa terjadi yang namanya istilahnya seperti rasisme kapal gitu ya. Jadi kalau ada kapal datang dari negara tersebut, maka langsung kayak wah ini kapalnya harus diperiksa karena dia berasal dari Liberia misalnya. Nah itu ya. Ya, termasuk misalnya Indonesia. Biasanya kalau Indonesia itu masuknya gray ya, yang belum blacklist. So these are the consequences of detention for the PSC detention. Nah, pastinya ini juga akan menghambat the maritime logistics system ya, karena saat detain the operation for loading and discharging will be stopped, and of course it will affect the charterer, the cargo owner, and also the ship owner. So the maritime logistics will be not efficient anymore. If you take a look at this graphic here, this is from the report, annual report of Tokyo MOU. The latest that I could find is the 2018, and this is the detentions per flag. And these flags or these countries above are those flags of the ships of which were involved in at least 20 port state inspections. Ya, jadi ini untuk negara-negara yang paling tidak telah mengalami 20 inspeksi PSC. Okay. Now let's take a look at the first position, who has the highest detention rate percentage. The first one is the Barbados. Nah, Barbados nih yang paling pertama. Kedua Jamaika, nah Kiribati, Mongolia, Togo, Palau, Sierra Leone, Korea Democratic People Republic, and then Cook Islands, and then di mana ya? Nah, coba kita lihat di sini ada Indonesia nomor 15 ya. Jadi Indonesia cukup banyak juga ya, dia memiliki ya, pernah juga di kapal kita yang didetain oleh negara-negara yang masuk di member dari Tokyo MOU. Nah, ini 15 nih di sini. Berarti dia ada 17 kali ya, 17 detention. Nah, itu lumayan banyak ya, lebih dari rata-rata percentage dari detention yang ada. Nah, so this what can I say? This graphic, it can be a big exposure for ports across the country. Yeah, so they can see if this ship or this vessel comes from Barbados, so they will be they will be very alert, because then let's take a look at these vessels, or let's take a look at this history of the vessel, because this vessels comes from Barbados, for example. Nah, jadi seperti kayak subjektif gitu ya jadinya, jadi kayak malah jadi makin diperiksa karena telah memiliki sejarah detention yang banyak. Nah, salah satunya Indonesia nih juga lumayan banyak. Nah, terus apa saja sih biasanya defisiensi atau ketidaksesuaian yang ditemukan dari PSC prosedur ini. Nah, this is the most frequent detainable deficiency based on the Tokyo MOU 2018. Paling banyak ini fire safety, kemudian sewage treatment plant, terus maintenance of the ship and equipment, and so on. Ini maksudnya adalah bagian-bagian dari fire safety, Marpol, itu berarti bagian dari departemen. Kalau fire safety berarti di departemen fire-nya, kemudian Marpol, ISM itu berarti tidak compliant sama certification dari atau regulations dari Marpol ya untuk marine pollution sama untuk international safety management-nya. Nah, itu semuanya mungkin kalian bisa lihat di sini, ini tiap tahun bisa berubah, tapi memang paling banyak itu biasanya di bagian fire safety itu, sama lifeboats juga biasanya paling banyak juga. Kenapa? Karena biasanya bagian fire safety, lifeboats itu kan memang jarang dipakai ya, karena tidak terlalu sering terjadi kecelakaan, sehingga itu kadang diabaikan oleh ship owner. Nah, okay, so I think that's it for the port state control, and I hope you understand the overview of this port state control. It is also an important activities in port area, and if port state control officer come into or get on board the ship, and then they will find some deficiencies on your vessel, then it will hamper or it will delay the operation of loading and unloading for your vessels, and this may impact to the maritime logistics systems process, so it will be not in a deadline, so you cannot meet deadlines because of the detention. Yeah, so that's why even though not every vessel is inspected for the PSC, but we have to be careful also if you are in a shipping company business. Jadi misalnya kayak dulu saya pernah untuk kapal yang mau ke Hong Kong itu sebelum berangkat sudah disiapkan oleh ship owner ya, diinspeksi dulu secara internal apakah memenuhi list-list PSC yang ada ya, sudah memenuhi standar atau belum, karena takutnya nanti akan dihampiri gitu ya, ditargetkan oleh PSC officer. Dan ya betul sekali, akhirnya waktu itu diperiksa oleh PSC di Hong Kong dan akhirnya didetain. Nah, itu karena didetain itu menjadi hal yang sangat besar ya, bagi masalah besar bagi ship owner atau charterer juga ya, karena everything goes off for a while ya, so off hire and so on. You cannot do any discharging or loading cargo, and your ship will be like idle, but your crew have to do some maintenance or for repair it at the port, or anything that will be according to the actions that are decided by the PSC officer. So I think that's it for PSC. If you have any question, let's discuss by Skype. Next, let's review about the ocean freight forwarders. I'm not going to talk many about these freight forwarders because I think you have already learned in jasa penyedia layanan logistik ya, pastinya di situ. So I think I'm just going to skip that. So, but because this ocean freight forwarders also one of the operators in the maritime logistics, so I will explain just very short, yeah. So the freight forwarders, they are the international travel agents who connect shippers and shipping lines. and are the most common intermediaries in global logistics to facilitate cross-border trade. Nah ya, jadi seperti yang sudah kalian tahu, customer itu bisa memilih ya apabila dia ingin menggunakan jasa freight forwarder ya, yang mana di freight forwarder itu nanti dia bisa mengurus segalanya ya, bisa mengurus transportnya ke kapal, kemudian bisa mengurus customs juga bisa mengurus warehousingnya dan sebagainya. Okay, so this is again the maritime logistics system graphic illustration, and here is the freight forwarder. Okay, here's the freight forwarder service. If you are a shipper, then you choose to use the freight forwarder service. So they will plan the shipping route, arrange the payment of your freight, and then also arrange the documentation for customs clearance, and also arrange your documentation for insurance. And they will also connect with the shipping lines. So they will arrange which schedule that you would like to transfer your cargo from which port, from port A to port B and so on. And then also they will arrange inventory management, packing, warehousing, and also to arrange your inland transport to the port, and also arranging when your cargo already arrived in the port of destination, and then they will also pick up your cargo, will arrange your customs clearance and so on. Of course, it is also according to the Incoterms that happened. If you have this Incoterms, if you are the buyer, and then the Incoterms will be X works, so you may send the freight forwarders to arrange everything and to pick up your cargo until your cargo arrive at your warehouse. Otherwise, if the terms is DDP, delivery duty paid, so usually the buyer will not do anything, but the seller then will use the freight forwarder service to arrange the shipment of this cargo until the warehouse of the buyer. Jadi freight forwarders itu bisa dipakai oleh pihak buyer atau pihak seller, atau dua-duanya memakai freight forwarders juga bisa. It will be according to the Incoterms that have been agreed on both terms, on both sides. According to Lai in 2004, there are 3 types of logistics service that a logistics service providers may offer. The first type is the freight forwarding service itself. This includes only a single service, only for forwarding the cargo to another destination. And also the second one is the value-added logistics service. And this service includes service elements relating to order processing, label printing, fleet management, warehousing, and also inventory management. Everything according to the value-added activities. And the last type of the logistics service is the technology-enabled logistics service. So they are concerned with service elements such as information management, tracking and tracing of shipments, and also receiving and sending advance notice through the digitalized system. Okay, so these are the types of logistics services. And based on those 3 logistics service categories, they are the logistics service providers. They are classified into the 4 general types. The first one is the traditional freight forwarders. second is transformers, the third one is nichers, and then the full services providers. Okay, the first one, the traditional freight forwarders. So these logistics service providers, or these freight forwarders, they only focus on operations efficiency in freight consolidation service. For example, they only take a number of small shipments and then combining them into a single larger shipment. And for this type of traditional freight forwarders, they position themselves as a cost leader in freight forwarding by offering lower rates than customers can obtain from the transport carriers directly. Jadi untuk traditional freight forwarders ini, intinya di sini dia hanya memberikan jasa konsolidasi kargo. Ya, misalnya untuk menggabungkan small shipment menjadi large shipments ya. Terus dia menawarkan jasa yang relatif lebih murah daripada apabila customer langsung ke carrier, langsung ke transport company. And then the second one is transformers. So these type of logistics service providers, they are firms that have expanded their service scope to offer value-added logistics service and technology-enabled logistics service. Jadi dia menawarkan service value-added plus yang ada teknologinya. Ya itu ya. Terus yang ketiga, nichers. Nichers ini they target niche markets and are specialized in value-added logistics service and also in technology-enabled logistics service. Jadi sama-sama seperti yang di Transformers, di mana dia specialized in value-added and then also juga technology-enabled. But the difference is for the nichers, they target niche markets atau untuk membawa kargo-kargo yang marketnya itu terbatas ya, jadi yang spesial. Contohnya apa? Ya contohnya misalnya kayak dangerous goods. Nah, itu kan adalah market yang terbatas ya, tidak umum seperti box parcel biasa. And then the last one is the full service providers. Okay. So these type of logistics service providers, they position themselves as a service leader because they have the service capability to create superior service performance. Ya, intinya, in addition also to operational efficiency, they also offer wide-ranging scope of service, not only also for value-added logistics and also technology and everything ya. Jadi kayak bisa semuanya for these full service providers. Usually these full service providers are the famous one, the largest freight forwarders like the Mass Logistics, the NYK Logistics, itu semua yang biasanya dimiliki juga oleh shipping company. Nah ini, jadi dia menawarkan full service door to door biasanya seperti itu. And in this slide, these are the top 25 ocean freight forwarders yang mengangkut khusus untuk ocean containers. Dilihat dari segi banyak TU-nya. Nah, the first rank in 2019, the first position is from Kuehne + Nagel. Ini dari Switzerland headquartersnya, tapi setahu saya ini adalah perusahaan Jerman ya. Tapi dia headquartersnya saja berada di Swiss. Nah, kemudian dari Sinotrans from China, DHL-nya Germany, terus DB Schenker-nya Jerman, terus apalagi banyak ya, yang Maersk Logistics justru di nomor 21, Ya, tapi ini untuk freight forwardernya saja ya, tapi untuk transportnya Maersk masih nomor 1 untuk ocean transportnya. Okay, so these are the top 25 of the ocean freight forwarders, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask during Skype meetings. And I think that's it. I hope you understand about this PSC and also freight forwarders. And this is the last topic for maritime logistics course for this semester. Thank you very much and goodbye.